He has been on a meteoric rise since 2018 when he turned professional. Some people who have seen him play or played against him now call him the next best thing in tennis. To some, he's already the new king of tennis. His name is Carlos Alcaraz, the 20-year-old from Spain who has taken the world by storm by his good shots, his good movement, his good attitude. For some, he undoubtedly has all the good qualities found in Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal. Do you agree? Well, we are going to take a look at his story and his beginnings to understand who he is. Who is Carlos Alcaraz? Carlos Alcaraz Garcia was born on the 5th of May 2003 in Spain. He is the son of a former top 40 Spanish player, Carlos Alcaraz Sr., and his wife, Virginia Garcia. Carlos's father was a tennis academy director, and this helped young Carlos to start his tennis journey. As of the 11th of July 2023, Carlos now stands as world number one, a position that he regained for the second time on the 26th of June 2023. However, he did ascend to world number one in September 2022, but he lost that position to Novak Djokovic. An interesting fact: Carlos Alcaraz has a tattoo of the date 11th of September 2022 on his arm, and in an interview he said it was to celebrate him becoming world number one and him winning the US Open 2022 title. Carlos has played in Grand Slams or Grand Tournaments, and these are some of the tournaments he has played in. He has been through to the Australian Open, and he went as far as the third round. He has played in the French Open, where he was a semi-finalist. And last year, in 2022, he was a quarter-finalist. Well, these are not his only games that have made him stand out in this new generation of players. Carlos Alcaraz holds several titles, and his maiden ATP title was the Croatia Open in 2021, where he won in a straight set victory of 6-2, 6-2. Carlos Alcaraz also won the Next Gen ATP Finals, and he has won the Barcelona Open twice. He has won the Rio Open, and he has 3 Masters 1000 titles, including the Miami Open, where he beat Casper Ruud. It is no surprise that he is playing so well in this year's Wimbledon 2023, and many people are talking about him. He recently won the Queen's Tournament in England, where he walked away with prize money of well over 2 million euros. That is the ascension of Carlos Alcaraz on the tennis scene. In terms of total prize money, Carlos has won over $16 million, and this is set to keep on rising as he matures in his professional career. He has made a name for himself by beating household names in tennis like Rafael Nadal, Richard Gasquet, Novak Djokovic, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Matteo Berrettini, Yannick Sinner, Sebastian Korda, Britain's Cameron Norrie, and Marin Cilic. And these are only a few of the great players that have encountered Carlos Alcaraz's greatness, and they have experienced defeat at his feet. This is undoubtedly a rising star. This is undoubtedly a man to be celebrated, and to prove that he is being seen and acknowledged on the tennis scene, Carlos Alcaraz recently won a special award. Carlos Alcaraz won the Laureus World Breakthrough of the Year award in 2023. And who knows, maybe this year in 2023, he is going to win a Grand Slam. Though Carlos has had eye-catching success, his journey to the top has also been plagued by hamstring injuries, an abdominal tear, and post-traumatic arthritis in his left hand. And in this year's French Open, he suffered cramps at the onset of his third set against Novak Djokovic. So his ascension to world number one has not been challenge-free, and all champions are not excluded from pains, traumas, disappointments, and frustrations. I hear some of you thinking of this question: who coaches this young man? Who coaches this tennis sensation? And I can tell you that that is a legitimate question. Since 2018, Carlos Alcaraz has been coached by former world number one Juan Carlos Ferrero at the Juan Carlos Sport Academy in Alicante in Spain. The academy boasts a lot of top-class facilities, including 10 clay courts, 7 hard courts, 1 grass court, a 400-meter running track, a dream gym, single or double rooms for players, as players live at the center and train at the center. The center also boasts a school which is run under the British Council system. It also has a physiotherapy clinic and all the other essentials like a cafe and restaurant, Wi-Fi, swimming pools, and gardens where the young players or the players in training can also relax. Living at the academy has meant that Carlos's focus is protected, and that he lives tennis, breathes tennis, eats tennis, works tennis, everything tennis. I think you get the sense of it. And this was a big sacrifice for Carlos. And in his own words, he says, "I remember the first day when I was living here in the academy. It was so tough. Training in the morning, fitness and tennis, and then in the afternoon as well." In Carlos's words, it has been work. But Carlos wants to be the best. And as one sage has said, if you want to be the world best, you have to beat the world best. It takes a lot of discipline to be a champion. One has to eat well. One has to eat like a champion. One has to be on time all the time. And this is according to Carlos's coach. Besides having Juan Carlos Ferrero as his coach, young Carlos Alcaraz, or Carlito as he's known by his friends and his peers, wants to have a big serve like John Isner, and he has been training to better his serve, and that just shows the determination that he has to be the best in his generation. Carlos was also inspired greatly in his career by his countryman Rafael Nadal, and Rafa is Carlos's idol, and he was also inspired by the tennis great Roger Federer. It is awesome to see that young Carlos has taken lessons from these greats, and this is evident in how he plays. No wonder why some people say he has the best of the big three. Sponsorships, endorsements, these come with success, and Carlos Alcaraz is not an exception. As he has risen as a tennis star, he has gotten himself endorsements including Lotto, which provided him with his clothing, but this was later taken over by Nike, who now provide him with his clothing and his shoes. He also is a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton since June 2023, Calvin Klein for their 1996 underwear campaign since January 2023, and he's also a brand ambassador for the motor company BMW and for Babolat, who provide him with his rackets. And since January 2022, he has been a brand ambassador for Rolex. These are all endorsements that are worth millions of dollars, and they are more. Carlos Alcaraz also works in partnership with the demo cosmetics company Easton, and he also is in partnership with a Spanish food company, and this food company is called El Pozo. So the money is rolling in, the millions are rolling in, and one wonders how many more millions Carlos Alcaraz will make, considering that he's still 20 years old and there is the potential of him playing for another 15 years or so. This is the story of Carlos Alcaraz. This is the story of his greatness unfolding before our eyes. Let's keep watching, and thank you for watching.